Now you might be asking, why would these rappers be out here committing robberies when, one, they're a public figure, so your face is known, right? Your face is recognizable. You know what I mean? So unless you're doing robberies, you know, with a mask on, people are going to know exactly who is robbing them, right? Two, a lot of these rappers aren't really getting money like you think they are. That's what you need to understand. That's why they out here doing robberies. They have expensive habits, bro. They sip lean. Lean is a very expensive habit, bro. A pint of lean goes from anywhere from $2,500 to $3,200, $3,500, bro. So if you're pouring 2 ounces in a cup, that's a $200, $300 cup of lean, right? So say you're sipping 1 cup of lean a day. That's $300 a day. That's $9,000 a month. Say you're sipping 2 cups of lean a day. That's $400 to $500 a day. That's $12,000 to $15,000 a month, bro. So what you guys need to understand that 1 million streams is not a lot of money, bro. Like, I know from doing YouTube, like if I were to get 1 million streams off a YouTube video that was 15 to 20 minutes long, I would make about $4,000, right? Now, a song is only 2 to 3 minutes, right? So that means they're not even making $4,000 off 1 million streams on YouTube. I'm telling you. I think they'll probably make about $2,000, $2,500 tops. And that's if they're independent and they own all their music and they own all their streaming, you know, get all the streaming money to the neck off of like DistroKid or whatever, right? So when you see these rappers and they got music videos, most of their music videos have like 1 million, 2 million views, 3 million views. What you need to understand is they not getting rich off of this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not getting rich off of this shit. But they have to keep up with an image. One, they got to buy all the jewelry, the chains, you know, the watches. So the money that they have coming in from the music, it goes to that first. I mean, that's the top priority. The image comes first, right? So they don't want to be caught, you know, jumping out of a bullshit car. So they got to get the foreign. I mean, if they can't afford the foreign, they got to keep renting. I mean, they got to push around in a rental. They got to stay dripped up. And then on top of that, they got a fucking lean habit. That's why they out here resorting to hitting licks and burglaries and robberies and all that type of shit. You feel me? You know? And we're gonna watch a couple interviews with Young Jock and LiRye. So I want you to see a little bit about what I'm talking about right here, man.
Jock, because I hear the pain in the music. You know, see, and I was just curious, like, who do you check up on and who checks up on you?
Shit. Me, myself, and my mama. Yeah. And mama always around the thugs. And these no niggas green, you feel me? Don't none of it, like, we thugs, we straight niggas, so don't none of us just, we know niggas ain't good, we know niggas ain't okay, you feel me? So we just thug this shit out. We just take that shit up alone by ourselves type shit, feel me? But other than that, nobody check up on niggas, feel me? Nobody.
Yeah, like, how do you say you would deal with, like, traumas or, you know, the shit you've been through? Because you've been through some pretty wild shit.
Shit.
The music?
Yep, the music and my syrup. Music and my syrup.
Music and the syrup, man. I'm saying that you know, that's how they coping with this shit. You feel me? Whatever they going through, from, you know, running the streets, you know, losing dead homies and all that type of shit. I mean, these motherfuckers is sipping lean to cope with the pain, man. They running from reality, bro. So A lot of these rappers is addicted to opioids and they spending all their money on this shit, bro. I'm telling you.
You going for
drugs ain't the only way to cope.
Now this is LiRye. This is the rapper from Mobile, Alabama.
You feel me? Cause he know I get high. But after he died, it was like that was the only thing I could do. I was taking like 10 perks a day.
10 perks a day, bro. A real perk is like $30, bro. A real one. You know what I'm saying? At minimum, at least 20, 25. If you got a hookup, you know what I'm saying? Like, a real perk is like $30. So he's spending $300 a day on perks. Then he got a lean habit on top of that.
I guess, is that a coping mechanism?
Shit, you don't feel nothing.
Would you ever consider getting clean?
Yeah, I tried to quit the perks. I've been on perks like 5 years straight.
How old are you, Rod?
I'm finna be 24.
So you've been taking perks since you're 19 years old?
Yeah. I tried to quit the perks like, about 4 months ago. And first day, I started having seizures. Second day, I had seizures. And the third day, I had a seizure and I ate a perk. And I stopped having them, so I was like, I can't quit right now. It's hard to get somebody away from something that...
Look at his eyes, bro. Look at his eyes. The lights are on, but ain't nobody home.
You feel me? But before I popped my first perk, I was taking balls and sipping a drink. I was crushing balls in my drink.
See, the motherfucker's brains turn into mush, man. Alright, so rapper EBK, 𝐒𝐨𝐢𝐧 and LiRye have been arrested in Las Vegas, Nevada on robbery and pistol charges, right? So let's take a look at their booking information. So More Jalik, this is 𝐒𝐨𝐢𝐧, has robbery EDW. So EDW means enhanced with a deadly weapon, right? His bail for that charge is $40,000. He has another charge, conspiracy to commit robbery EDW, enhanced with a deadly weapon. His bail for that is $10,000. Then he has possession of a gun by a prohibited person. His bail for that is $5,000, and he has 3 counts of that. So $5,000, $5,000, $5,000. So 15 plus 50. So his bail right now is 65 bands. All right. So he literally just got arrested like a few hours ago, right? So this was his last Instagram story right here. You got the bottle of lean. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all you broke ass bitches on bro, I ain't lying, right? So now this is LiRye. Now LiRye was arrested like last month. So LiRye, he been in custody already, right? So I guess 𝐒𝐨𝐢𝐧 was on the run. He had a warrant, or maybe he didn't know he had a warrant, but he ended up getting caught up last night, right? So LiRye, he has similar charges to 𝐒𝐨𝐢𝐧, but they're a little bit different, right? So Henderson Roderick, right? Roderick Henderson. So he has robbery EDW, so robbery enhanced with a deadly weapon. His bail for that is $50,000. Then he has conspiracy to commit robbery, no bail. Battery with a deadly weapon, no bail. Theft over $100K. So they passed for over 100 bands, man. No bail. Then his other charge is just being a fugitive on the run in another state, right? So let's get into how much time they're actually looking at, right? Now I'm not sure where how 𝐒𝐨𝐢𝐧 and LiRye linked up, but all I know is like they got a bunch of songs together. But LiRye is from Mobile, Alabama. He's not from Stockton. He's not even from California. So, you know, but they linked up, started doing music together. I guess they were out there in Vegas and, you know what I'm saying, try to hit a lick and pass on some shit. But let's look at how much time they fit. How much time does robbery carry in Nevada? In Nevada, robbery is a Category B felony, and the sentence is 2 to 15 years in state prison. All right. If a deadly weapon or tear gas is used, armed robbery, there is an additional 1 to 15 years, which must run consecutively on top of the base sentence, right? So that means they stacked on top of each other. They can't be run concurrent. So 2 to 15 for the robbery, 1 to 15 for the enhancement. So he's looking at 3 to 30 years off of those two charges alone, right? Then he has the conspiracy, right? So in Nevada, conspiracy to commit robbery is a Category B felony. The prison term is 1 to 6 years, right? So now he's looking at 4 to 36 years, all right? 4 to 36. Now he has a three gun cases, right? So most likely he got caught with 3 guns, right? So he has a count for each gun. So in Nevada, the crime of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, the penalty depends on the type of prohibition. For people prohibited because of a felony conviction, being a fugitive or a controlled substance user. So by prohibited person, you either gotta be a felon, a fugitive on the run, or a drug user. I don't really know how they categorize you as a controlled substance user. Maybe if you get caught with drugs, you're automatically considered a drug user, but it's a Category B felony, 1 to 6 years in state prison, plus a possibility of a fine of up to $5,000. All right, so that's another 1 to 6, right? So we was at 4 to 32, right? We was at 4 to 36. So now we're at 4 to 42 years, right? No, 42 plus 6, that's 48, 54. So 6 to 54 years, right? So now he's looking at 6 to 54 years of every gun case is stacked on top of each other. He's looking at 6 to 54 years, but usually they won't sentence you like that, right? For a gun case. So let's look how they do the gun case, right? So if you have 3 separate counts of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person in Nevada, here's the sentencing generally works. Each count is its own felony. Since this charge is normally a Category B felony, 1 to 6 years for prohibited felons, each count carries 1 to 6 years in Nevada State Prison, up to a $5,000 fine. All right, we already know that. So concurrent sentences served at the same time. So concurrent means all 3 counts overlap. Count 1, 4 years. Count 2, 4 years concurrent. Count 3, 4 years concurrent. So the total time will be 4 years. Judges usually consider concurrency if all guns were found at the same time, all counts come from one incident, and no violence was involved. See, that's where it gets a little tricky because I believe robberies are considered violent, right? But let's see what they say about consecutive sentences, right? So this means each sentence is served back to back. Example, count 1, 4 years, count 2, 4 years consecutive, count 3, 4 years consecutive, total time 12 years. Judges may stack the time if guns were found in separate incidents. you were on probation or parole, or if you have a long criminal history. So most likely he's going to get concurrent time off of that, right? So Jock is more likely looking at 4 to 42 years, right? If the gun cases are run concurrent, 4 to 42 years, right? Now, LiRye, he had another charge, which was theft over 100K. That's 1 year, a minimum of 1 year in prison, a maximum of 10 years in Nevada State Prison, right? A fine of up to $10,000, right? So LiRye has 2 to 15 for the robbery, 1 to 15 for the enhancement, so that's 3 to 30. He has the conspiracy to robbery, so that's 4 to 36. Now he has the theft of 100K, so that's 5 to 46. 5 to 46. All right. Then he has the battery with the deadly weapon, right? So battery with the deadly weapon, that's another 2 to 10 years. So LiRye is looking at 7 to 52 years. All right. So Jock is looking at 4 to 42 years, and LiRye is looking at 7 to 52 years. All right. So that's what's going on, man. EBK, Young Jock, he locked up. He facing 4 to 42 years, and LiRye is facing 7 to 52 years, man. So do I think they're gonna get all that time? Probably not. I mean, if they're smart enough to take a deal. You know, I don't know nothing about their case. I'm just going based off their charges. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, if they got you hemmed up, they usually got a good amount of evidence on you. But, you know, 4 to 42, you know, he might be able to take a deal and get like a 5-piece or something. You know what I'm saying? Get like a 5 to, you know what I mean? Like a 4 to 6. 4 to 6. I mean, LiRye, he might be able to take like something similar. You know what I mean? You know, 4 to 6. But yeah, man. You know, hopefully that shit works out for him. You know, I don't wish jail on no man. So, I mean, free Jock and LiRye, man. But all you little rappers out there, man, hey, man, y'all gotta let go of these expensive ass vices, man. You know what I mean? Just stick to smoking weed, man. And drink a little liquor if you got to, if you want to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, weed is cheaper than ever now. You get a 3-5 for $20. You get a whole P for $500-$700. You know what I'm saying? Just stick to the weed, man. Put the cup down. That's all I can say. And definitely put the perks down. Now, this is the wrong era to be popping pills and shit with all this fentanyl shit going around. You know what I mean? And they got fake perks with Fetty in it that look like the real thing. You know what I'm saying? So you'll fuck around and think you popping a perk, a real one, and your ass end up croaking. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's it for this video, man. I'm gonna check you guys on the next one.